All right, guys, we got to talk about this fascinating story from this model woman who pretty much is saying before Kevin Samuels, men weren't really looking for a woman that's fit, feminine, and friendly. Okay, the only reason why men are saying that today is because of Kevin Samuels. And although Kevin Samuels was a great talent and he was communicating what men want, the reality is men have been saying this for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years. Okay, fit, feminine, and friendly. I think where Kevin Samuels, him being a great talent, he was able to communicate and kind of bring to the forefront as to what men have been saying for decades. Okay, men were afraid to be canceled. They felt that they didn't have a voice. They weren't able to publicly communicate the things that they felt in regards to their standards and their beliefs because they basically didn't want to be canceled. Okay, so Kevin Samuels provided a lot of men a voice in regards to what they have been saying for decades.
Anytime you ask a man now or any podcast a man has and they say the requirements, they're literally listing the same ones that Kevin Samuels had. And this is like, all right, like, yeah, rest in peace to that guy. But like, for real, there's no other requirements that you guys, what do you guys say? Fit, feminine, cooperative.
Fit, feminine, and friendly. Like,
that's what
I'm telling you, before he said it, that's what men always wanted. He just had a loud voice.
Yeah, he coined the phrase, but he didn't make it up.
I've heard men say, like, like,
but
different
you know what
requirements
it is?
other than Kevin Samuels. That's not piggybacking off of Kevin Samuels. Then it's like, now when I listen to podcasts or like when you ask like men that you know is like, I'm gonna say the man is fair. I feel like Kevin Samuels just set like that standard for them, and that's just where they stuck at. When it's like really, and then it's like they get those things and the women is still not satisfying them because I just feel like it's not what you want.
I don't think she realizes how simple men really are. When you compare it to what a woman needs, he has to be of a certain height, he has to make a certain amount of money, drive a certain car, certain body type, he has to be funny, emotionally intelligent, so on and so forth, right? Like the list goes on and on and on. For a man, there's really only 3 things, bare bones minimum, if you were to boil it down, in regards to what he would be satisfied with.
I feel like you're saying that because it was handed to you in a handbook. You get me?
I think that's
You know what I'm saying?
you know how women got their non-compromisable. That's what we not willing to compromise on. Like we want a woman that's feminine. We would prefer a woman that's fit. Know what I mean, friendly is
What's
not.
fit to y'all?
I mean, everybody got
Not
different-
obese.
Yeah, not obese. Yeah.
Everybody
Not
got different
obese, that's
types. Though,
all.
I mean,
A BMI of 25 or below.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are obese married women.
that's what I'm
See,
saying. Everybody got
That's
different.
why I'm trying to.
But
different
again,
requirements.
How many?
I think when Kevin Samuels when he says feminine, fit, and friendly, right? He's talking about what men genuinely want across all ethnic groups, right?
Mhm.
Not just black men. This is making yourself more available to all ethnic groups. That's just the borderline right there. You get what I'm saying? So unfortunately, when we say those things, then we have women on the other end. Well, what about Lizzo? Like, y'all always want to make the exception to the rule. And like, genuinely, men don't like big women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can keep saying y'all thick. And like, the average weight for a black woman is like, what, 175, 180? That's crazy. Like, that's what men weigh. Like, you get what I'm saying? And not even men reaching out those. You get what I'm saying? So, as, and we could talk about obesity just amongst black women. Like, you know what I mean? They lead the league in obesity. Like, you know what I mean? That contributes to heart disease, cardiovascular disease, a lot of health issues. And, in our society, we keep trying to not hold those women accountable and keep saying, well, she loves, she loves herself and stuff like that. But these are real health issues that really affect, and that's killing black women. That's really a thing. So, to go back to your thing, I get what you're saying because it sounds like everybody just piggybacking off of what Kevin Samuels said. But, the thing about Kevin Samuels and about these podcasts is that men are finally in positions to have these conversations about, what it is that they require in a woman. Like, before we probably did accept the bare minimum. She just probably had to have a fat ass, nice titties, whatever the case is. And, now men are realizing their value, I think. And now we're saying, hey, you know what? This is what we require in women. And women are like, damn, y'all ain't never had standards before. Like, where the fuck all these standards came from now? Like, you get what I'm saying?
So it's happy
like,
wife, happy life.
Yeah, like,
I feel like it doesn't really surprise me that is what men want. I feel like across the board, men are simple. You guys are simple creatures. So it's not, and y'all also are more so logical. So it's not really a surprise that across the board, these are the, let's say, 3 or 4 main things that you look for, because it's going to be just that.
So my only thing is, I meet a lot of guys that, you want your woman to know how to make like collard greens and baked macaroni and cheese and all this other stuff. And then you want her to be well versed in that, and then fit at the same time. Don't get me wrong, I could do both. I guess
just saying though.
I'm not talking about being able to cook. I'm not talking about being able to cook because, like I said, I could do both. Personally, I eat healthy. I eat healthily, and I know how to make macaroni and cheese, collard greens, fried chicken, and all of that.
Yeah, so she's trying to make the argument that I'm eating a certain way, therefore, how is it possible for me to weigh a certain weight? And my response to that is, don't eat that food, right? If you know that type of food doesn't agree with your body and it's difficult for you to lose weight, put the fork down, right? Maybe you need to switch up your diet. Maybe both of y'all need to, change the foods that you eat. Eat more, baked stuff versus fried, right? Like that's a conversation that you need to have as a couple to determine, is this the best lifestyle that we should continue? And if it is difficult for you to lose weight based off of the fried foods that you're eating, you got to make a decision.
What I'm saying is I'm talking about culture. So a lot of women who
grew up eating that, I get what you're saying.
Eating that, well versed in those things, they don't have healthy lifestyles. So it's like,
I don't know, because
that's
Jamaican
a choice.
and we eat like a lot, but we're we call it big bone. Like I get what you're trying to say.
That it's ultimately still a choice.
It is.
You can make that food and you can make a portion. Now, when you go on there for second and thirds, that's when you pass the calorie deficit. All right, so like we can sit here and make excuses like, damn, that shit was just so good, I just got fat off of it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like these are excuses.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I mean, you go to the gym.
This is what I would say. Now, the one thing that I noticed from like the last couple of comments is that you said you can do both, right? And it's not a problem for you, but you argued that point. Earlier, you said that, people are complaining about being, you want somebody who's fit and friendly. Now, which one of those aren't you?
Friendly.
So, you're not friendly? Okay, because
So
women.
I'm friendly.
Well, okay, good. The reason why I said it is because women often argue points that don't even apply to them. Let's do it. Like y'all arguing points that y'all are doing your thing. So you realize what it is you're supposed to be doing, and you are doing it. You're adhering to it, but you're arguing a point for what? Yeah. What are y'all arguing about it for? And y'all know that's what y'all supposed to do, and you're doing it.
That's the point of the show.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, but what I've experienced is because
I
won't like come out and say I know how to make collard greens and ribs. I don't even eat ribs, but macaroni, cheese, and all this other stuff. But if you see me cooking and you ask me what I'm cooking, and I'm like, I just made some grilled salmon and some steamed broccoli, and then, looking like well, she doesn't eat.
I mean, a real man gonna be happy whatever his lady makes. You know what I'm saying?
I know, bro. You throw some garlic powder in the broccoli.
I think women need to hold more women accountable.
That's
I think
true.
you should sit here and say, I agree why men are more attracted to slim and fit and women that can cook.
It's hard holding women accountable
because they want to fight.
Huh?
The girlies be wanting to fight when you hold them accountable.
Well, look, what's not making it any better? You defending their stupidity.
So you saying you're scared?
Scared.
I'm saying shit.
She ain't trying to test them.
Please let them know.
You don't have to defend them, but you don't have to agree with them at the same time. But by y'all saying what y'all saying, this argument or the debate part of supporting women that feel that way, that's not even here, is a problem because they like, oh shit, she got my back.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna be big and not cooking and because I got girls on the pod. Damn, the Daily Wrap Up crew took them out. Let me be big and not cook.
She's not even big.
Who am I to tell somebody who am I to lower somebody's confidence? Like, if you can't get a man because of that, then that's on you. I don't got no problem.
Well, I feel like in general though, no, go ahead. Actually, I was machine thought.
I don't think it's putting someone down, but at the same time, it's not championing the delusion. Okay, it's not, having an echo chamber of nonsense. Okay, that's what you kind of see here, where modern women will co-sign something knowing that it's not in the best interest of that person.
Why is that lowering her confidence? You know what I mean?
You're
making her a better person by holding her confidence. The truth. Men want feminine women, bro. Feminine women.
No, what I was gonna say was I think
like you should just lose weight.
But how can they do that? We got a society that's encouraging women to be bigger and obese. Like nobody's encouraging women to lose weight. Y'all encourage.
You don't need to change for that man.
Yeah,
so
like
he need to change for you.
What's happening is you further.
No, but I think for the most part, you should have out of all the things that you want, you should bring some of those things as well. So like me, I would want someone that's fit, and I know that I'm fit. I work out, so I would want that as well. Okay. Same way if it's money, I know I'm gonna have motion, so you gotta have motion. Right. So it's the same exact thing. I think for the most part, I don't agree with just
one-sided.
But all I'm gonna say is men gonna hold other men accountable. You know what I mean? If you see somebody walking down the street, he not doing what he's supposed to be, you go by ass nigga. They gonna hold him accountable.
Yeah, we do it.
And that's why men are trying to improve themselves so they don't have to have them conversations with other men. So women need to do that so women can do the same thing.
Do you really think men are trying to improve themselves, or do you think men are sitting around complaining?
Complaining.
I think men are really sitting around complaining now.
I think we have a standard that we are.
You talking about men on podcasts? Or you talking about?
I'm just talking
about. Women hate that men have podcasts because they get to listen to what men have been struggling with for years, and now they got to hold themselves accountable.
It's not the podcast. It's literally like if you look on things sometimes and you read the comments. It's like men complaining, and they even come for the men on the podcast. But it's like when you really get to know them, they really sitting in the garage or for like bum ass Wi-Fi complaining about women. But it's like, why are you not building yourself up so you don't have to complain about women, so you can open up the options for you? No, they're on the internet literally complaining.
He probably ain't got no friends that's doing nothing with their lives to hold them accountable.
But you talking about the internet, man. That's the same. There's women on the internet always complain. Women have been complaining about men for decades. But
why do you guys have to match women's energy?
Yeah, so basically they just want you to shut up and dribble. Okay, just shut up and dribble, go to work, go to war, and die. That's pretty much it. Okay, the moment you have an opinion and say, you know what, I got standards, I'm gonna speak up for myself, the mediocrity that I've been putting up with for all these years, all these decades, I ain't doing that no more. Okay, I'm gonna go find like-minded individuals that are experiencing the same thing, and we're gonna have these conversations to figure out how to overcome these things, or just to share talking points and viewpoints. The moment men have spaces where they have locker room talk and they, talk about things and their experiences, they don't like that. Okay, meanwhile, you have The View, talking about men are trash, men are no good, primetime television. Millions and millions of people are viewing The View, where they're pretty much bashing men.
Build yourself up, and you will not have to be in a position to match women's energy.
Lake, Jerry Springer, all these shows where women been going
all you guys say you're masculine, right?
I am.
Why is it? Why are you guys trying to match women's energy? Why not?
We're not.
But it's always like women. If you just build yourself up to a certain point, you won't even have to complain about women at all. You can get that women
as a black man to inform black women that it's not attractive for them to be the way they are sometimes.
Okay. And I always said that you guys do. I said that you guys do it respectfully.
I got sisters.
You guys do it.
I got about 12 sisters. I got like a whole bunch of female cousins. I know I have a lot of female friends. It's my job. I have a daughter. I have a lady at home. It's my job to have the black women that I know and I see and I can reach to let them know this shit ain't cute, y'all. Y'all need to switch this up. And the same thing, I would have the same energy for a dude as well.
I have no issue with men voicing what they do and what they want and don't want. I think that's what y'all should. That's what I want to see, actually.
See, we finally have a chance to. Women had daytime talk TV all day, and it's only because women are 80% of the consumer base. They spend all the money. Men make all that money, but women spend the money. So the advertisers, it behooves them to make woman-friendly content. But now we're on a different level now. Now the internet came up, people could watch a podcast from their mobile phone. It's different. And then after 2020, it's over. Now everybody has been introduced to this. Whoever didn't know, now they know. Men have always felt like this. We just had no outlet to express it.
We were so used to lying to women because we wanted to get the pussy. We know if we told the truth, we wasn't gonna get the pussy. Like,
I have a question for him specifically, but all you guys can answer. Do you think that men now are using, I have to ask, the word the term alpha loosely? Do you think every man thinks they're alpha?
Every man would like to be an alpha, right? And see, here's the problem. Most people don't even understand the socio-sexual hierarchy.
Yeah,
it starts with
like
alpha, then there's
segments.
beta, then there's delta, then you have gamma,
then
you have omega. And
nobody
nobody ever wants to categorize. I never heard anybody say I'm an omega or I'm a gamma.
Most of everybody goes jump straight to alpha. Straight to an alpha, and it's like, how?
Most of the world is comprised of deltas.
I don't really know any dudes outside the internet that talk about being alpha. Okay, they just simply exist, they live their lives, and through their actions, okay, not what they say, but through their actions, you can make the assumption if they're alpha or not, okay? But for the most part, I don't hear any dudes walk around claiming to be alpha. If you are alpha, it is what it is. You can recognize it, keep it moving. It's not that big of a deal, but let me know what you guys think.
Most of us aren't even alphas or betas. As much as we saying, oh, this guy's a beta. He's not even a beta. He's probably an omega that you're referring to.
Right on, it's like, the dominance hierarchy.
I think it goes back to nobody wanting to be considered average. I mean,
that's basically
exactly.
Everybody hate that. Like, oh, I'm not average. What do you mean? So it's the same thing. So everybody want to be that top tier person.
But what do you guys consider an alpha male?
Leader, confident,
assertive. Like you said, confident, leadership skills, somebody who demands respect from his peers. I think all of those combined make for usually a traditional alpha type of male.
That's what I feel like too. And I also think like a alpha male never really has to say they're alpha, but you could tell through their outcomes and what they show and like how they deal with a situation with the hand they're dealt. That it really speaks volume. You don't really hear alpha males running around saying I'm an alpha. You get me?
Yeah, for sure.
But the crazy part is we don't like. We never use that term. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
it was based on animals.
I hear that word more from women, honestly. We just had a whole episode about alpha women. I'm an alpha. Like, I hear the term alpha more from women than I do from men nowadays. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, it goes back to women wanting to present that they're masculine or they have to be masculine. I'm an alpha woman. Like that to me is like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But just to go back to, the whole topic about the manosphere, because I hear women say, do men use the manosphere to bash women? And there are some men that do use that to, you know what I mean? There's podcasts, we like to focus on the black community or black men specifically. There's white men out here with way bigger platforms doing dating podcasts, having these same conversations. They're just as frustrated with their women as we are with our women. Like, we got different issues, but they're still having these same conversations. But nobody is saying nothing to the white men or the non-black men.
But they're having these conversations, but men, like, they're not really sitting around going as crazy as the black man. Like, for example,
they are.
My boyfriend, he mentors people, right? But listen, my boyfriend mentors, he watches all of these things. My boyfriend, he mentors people, right? So there was a guy that left a comment, he was going off, oh, these bum ass bitches, he can't find a woman, blah, blah. When he mentored the guy was making $10 an hour, about to get kicked out of his apartment. So my boyfriend asked him, like, why are you looking for women? Why are you on the internet complaining about women when you need to be building yourself up? So can you just imagine how many of those men are sitting around complaining about women?
Just like there's a lot of women like you complaining about the men that y'all don't give
I don't gotta complain about those damn men. Are you kidding me?
If women don't give a fuck about these men that they complaining about, why do y'all care what they say on the internet?
No, I'm just saying,
like,
because
you
say you're here, but you're saying you're here for the community, right? So I'm saying, like, okay, there's men like that complaining. So it's like, what are some solutions for them? You guys, like,
and that's why they have consultations or coaching to have those men, put them in a place. But I think the women that's sitting there and complaining about why men are frustrated, why do y'all even care?
And just to add to that, the first 3 years, Kevin Samuels was only talking to dudes. Okay, he was calling dudes out. He was going hard. Okay, telling them that they need to work on themselves, so on and so forth. I remember him having a video, I believe it was called Reinventing Yourself. Okay, talking about a guy reinventing who he is, his image, the way he dresses, talks, just revamping his life to get a different outcome. Okay, he had videos talking about don't cheat the game. You got to be true to yourself. You can't cut corners. Okay, there's no shortcuts in this. You got to take the long path in order to get to the destination that you're looking for, okay, or the outcome that you're looking for. Okay, Kevin Samuels was talking to dudes and going hard at dudes for the first 3 years. And I think a lot of these modern women just simply don't know that. They don't care to know that, or they're just, kind of being disingenuous. Now, I'm not saying she is in the video. However, there are modern women out here that don't even understand how hard Kevin Samuels was going towards men. So
He's complaining about men being frustrated.
You shouldn't. You bringing it up.
You arguing somebody else's point like he said, but that's not true.
The only reason you here today is because you frustrated with me.
You got friends like that? That want to know that?
I am speaking.
Who you speaking for?
For women.
Which ones?
Yeah, she got to think
Oh, yeah,
about
watch
it.
that.
Which ones?
No,
Which
I'm
ones?
just saying, if you saying we speak for the black community, but I'm like, listen, like you saying that there's other races that have those podcasts.
They are
and
with
stuff.
way larger,
Yeah,
with
but
way
do you-
larger subscriber base than black men, and I can list like 5 to
But
10
look
right
at
now.
the black men that is sitting behind that computer.
There's white men doing the same thing.
Shit, it's white men acting like they black behind the computer.
So when Oprah and Ricky Lake was on TV and these women that was sitting at home fat and
Calling
ugly,
in,
like,
well,
talking about,
yeah.
I hate these bum ass niggas. Who's speaking about them then? We can always go with that.
But that's the issue. Because black women are not used to black men expressing themselves, now it's becoming an issue. It's like, black men, I need y'all to be quiet because y'all airing us out to everybody and y'all letting us know. And black women are volunteering to come on these podcasts and expose themselves. Y'all need y'all to shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all saying too much. And that's how it's coming off. Instead of y'all listening to black men and being like, you know what? I can understand your frustrations. Like, there are some black women that behave in this manner. Y'all rather stick to the sister code or tell black men they need to shut up. And I don't think that's,
I think y'all should tell black men what y'all want from them instead.
And you're not even talking about the podcast itself. You're talking about the guys in the comments. Like talking about what we talking about. Like
this whole thing. I'm just saying.
Just ignore the internet. The internet is something different. They done.
It is different. That's all.
A woman just said I was gay and all this other crazy shit just to come at me.
Women can criticize black men and nobody bats an eye. But the minute a man says, "Yo, fuck these bitches," y'all need to.
Women are
like,
very
it's
disrespectful
crazy,
online
it's
as well.
Crazy.
I'm a respectful man. I ain't never
even fuck
a
these
woman
bitches, man. It could be something as simple as, oh, y'all need to be more fit. Like that's a problem.
That's
like,
a problem. Is your mama fit?
Women do not take accountability. I can agree to that. I didn't oppose to that conversation. I'm just defending women.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Like it's necessary.
It's perpetuating the issue. Further perpetuating the issue.
Yeah. So you gonna get a high five when you get home and shit? Like, oh, you did that, girl. Like,
Nothing wrong with that.
Listen, man, I just think that these conversations are going to be tough, especially with these new platforms. Like there's going to be the gender war is going to happen for a couple of years. We're both frustrated. You get what I'm saying? So we're both going to air out our grievances, and we're going to have to listen to each other. And then at some point, after we listen to each other, we're going to have to come to a compromise and a solution. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, guys. So there you have it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Okay. Unfortunately, this is going to be a circular conversation. Okay. They're going to say stuff. We're going to say stuff. And ultimately, nothing gets resolved. Okay. That's just the sad reality of the situation. Okay. We got modern women talking about sprinkle, use men ain't this, men ain't that. I'll choose a bear over a man. Okay, talking about the gender wars. It's just crazy nowadays. Okay, and more guys are waking up. They're understanding that there's not a one size fits all in regards to having a quality of life, a good quality of life. Okay, you can travel the world, grab your passport, find women in different continents and countries and things of that nature. Even guys that didn't necessarily agree with the passport bro movement are starting to understand why they're grabbing their passports. Okay, we're seeing overt hatred towards men. It's just in your face at this point in time. They're not even hiding it anymore. Okay, they're really not, and it's really up to you as a man what you're gonna do. Okay, are you going to build yourself up? Are you gonna make a certain amount of money so that you don't necessarily have to deal with the nonsense? You can improve your quality of life. Okay, maybe go to a different country, live in a different country, right? Have more options to do more things. And, it's just a sad reality. This world, you need money, especially as a man. You need money. You got to build yourself up. You got to have a mouthpiece. You have to be well-read, well-traveled. Okay? I think if you have those things and you work on those things, you can do some damage out here. You really can. But let me know what you guys think. Provide me some feedback. And until next time.